Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
I
haven't talked to you in a while.
I believe the last time we spoke was at the Party FM 5th birthday party.
I think so. I need to come around more often.
Indeed, because you're missing so much. By the way, the 5th birthday celebration, all 5 segments are up on the Party FM YouTube, so, you know, when you're bored, want to catch up, whatever it might be, you should head on over there.
Oh, nice plug there, SquigY.
Thank you. SquigY. Kelli. Oh, there's also, speaking of SquigY, there's also a rant that Aiko did on her show a week ago. Basically, her SAM completely fucked up and none of her music was playing. All you could do was just hear her mic. And once she basically figured out there was no reason for her to play any further music, she just went on and cursed and ranted for 15 minutes.
Nice.
It was magical. So, what did you want to say, since I didn't see what you were typing in the chat room?
I don't remember. You were talking about, what's-her-face, the 8 kids.
Kate?
Yes. I was trying to think of her name, and all I could see was her big blonde hair. No, I have that issue of People, and I skimmed the article, but I didn't really read it, because I don't care anything about her. Or the Kardashians.
Okay.
And I was like, now you're making me want to go read it. Because I have it, and I gave it to I'm a People addict. I don't know what it is. I love to read it. I'm like a month behind, but I have every single issue. Anyway, I skimmed it, but I didn't read it. And now I want to read it to see what she looked like before. Because
you realize you don't have to actually read it. You could just look at the picture and go, "Oh wow, she."
Yes, and I'm kind of glad I didn't send it to the recycle bin yet, because that's normally what I do. Once I give them to my coworker to read, and she's read them and gives them back to me, then I just go like, okay, well, we've both already read it, so I might as well recycle it. And it's just sitting there because I haven't cleaned my desk off in weeks.
The really funny part about the pictures in that article is that it's got her with all the kids. And, you can see, which kids got the Asian genes.
Yeah.
really clearly.
Yeah, that I remember.
And then which ones, got whatever other ones. I guess there were a couple of them that they kind of, sort of, weirdly looked Asian. But then there were the ones that were like, wow, that is an Asian kid, through and through.
Yeah.
It's the only...
Yeah, my former supervisor is half Caucasian and half Filipino, and she's just very odd looking. And I've met her brother. She tried to set me up with her brother.
Oh, Jesus.
And yeah, he's really odd looking too, and I'm like, okay. And we would have very odd looking children. So
why are you snorting? What's wrong with you?
She's picturing these part white, part Filipino, part Indian children.
They probably think they're beautiful.
Actually, what I'm laughing about is there's and when I'm done with what I'm about to say, SquigY0, I know you're going to go, how do you know that? But trust me, I do.
I stopped asking that because you know all these crazy random things.
There are 3 basic skull types for humans.
Jesus.
There's a Caucasian skull type.
Okay.
There is an Asian skull type, and there is an African skull type,
okay.
A black skull type.
Okay.
Native Americans and Asians have the same skull type.
Oh, really?
So actually, it probably wouldn't be that odd, Kelly, because the basic bone structure is the same. So your children would probably end up looking very Asian.
Actually, that kind of makes sense too, because the movie was that? No, it was Cannibal the Musical. It was a bunch of Japanese people in a teepee, and they were acting like that they were American Indian. But people are like, "Wait a minute!" But then it kind of looked natural at the same time. So I think you have a point there.
I'm telling you, it's true.
I was gonna say we learned this in my sociology class when I was in college 15,000 years ago. That there's 3 basic races: white, black, and Mongol. essentially.
Mongoloid?
And, yeah, well, kind
No,
of.
not-
It's sort of the same. Not Mongoloid, but Mongol.
So, but yeah, it's the same thing. That's your Asian skull type then.
Yeah.
Because that's, that what is it, Eurasia? That section
Yeah.
of Asia. That's,
Eurasia.
That's basically where that comes from.
Yeah, like the whole, like, India, Iraq, like all of those Middle Eastern countries, and then India, and then the Asian countries, like they all share genetics.
Right.
Again, I'm talking with my hands like you can see me.
Right.
Because I still do that. And I just realized what I was doing looked very odd.
And that's an American, Indian, and Italian thing.
Yeah,
How do they
apparently.
match up?
Yeah, you take my hands away. I do it at work all the time, too, like they can see me, and I'm like, yeah.
It's like, how do you keep a Italian quiet? Put him in handcuffs.
Yeah.
I think the hand movement's part of the communication. I actually am a hand talker as well, and it helps me get through what I'm trying to say.
I'm a hand talker. I'm a hand talker.
Exactly the same thing. If my hands were tied, I'd be like,
I just saw this flashy ad for Zappos in like the corner of my webpage. And they had this dress that I really liked that I want for New Year's, but I can't find it now.
Oh, well, that reminds me. I have to find a dress or something for our holiday party.
What's I don't want to ask you. How formal is this holiday party? Is it like
It's not formal at all. Like a nice sequiny top and pants are good.
Because I have this really pretty green dress that is way too big for me now, but with all the weight you're losing, it might fit you.
That sounded like a backwards insult that I know you didn't
she's
mean
good
it
at
that
those.
way.
I did not mean it that way.
She says all these, quote, nice things to me all the time.
Okay.
I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Let me tell you, when I bought it, it fit me. Okay?
No, I know you mean it in a nice way. It just sounded kind of funny.
No, she doesn't. She's a bitch.
Well, if you remember right, when Twitches and I first met and you first started talking to her, I hated her with a passion.
She hated me with a fiery passion.
Most people still do.
I know.
I mean, the fact we get along now, it just shows,
Maturity. That's what it shows.
So now you're saying I was immature.
Strike two.
Wow. I'm going to shut the fuck up. Deep, shut the fuck up. Okay.
Sorry, it just comes out, and I was like, oh. Kind of like, we're just saying something being on testosterone. I was like, oh. See what you've missed.
The irony of testosterone shots, you have to get the shot in your butt.
Actually, what
Manly.
really gets me about testosterone shots is it lowers your sperm count.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You would think that it would have the opposite effect.
You would think. But no. No.
Medicine doesn't make sense.
It really does not. Like, since I haven't talked to you, and I haven't said a whole lot about this, and there aren't very many people that we know in common that would know about this, because I haven't told a lot of people what's going on, but they found out I have some sort of kidney disease.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. Like, I'm having to go get a kidney biopsy next week, and I'm going to be in the hospital, actually.
Oh, my God.
And, like I said, it's pretty serious. But, anyway, apparently when you have kidney disease, like, it drops, like, every single whatever level in your body. Like, I'm anemic, I am vitamin D deficient, and I am in danger of becoming diabetic and of having high cholesterol. So now that I'm being followed by the nephrologist, like, now I have an extra, like, 4 prescriptions to take every day, in addition to the high blood pressure medicine.
oh God, it's already starting.
So what you're telling me is you're a danger to yourself and others?
Exactly. And I'm like, oh, you guys are not helping me any. You're not helping my anxiety, and, you're just not helping my blood pressure or anything. You never give me good news.
You know you're fucked when you have to get one of those pill things that say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? And you're filling each of them with several different colors of pills.
Yeah, I have a nice line of medication right now. Oh, and I have to start taking a vitamin D supplement as well.
Jesus.
No, you know you're fucked when you have one that's broken down by hour.
Whoa.
That's true.
You didn't have that,
because
did you?
my friend Oliver is a diabetic, and he has one he has one for 3 times a day, like AM, PM, and noon or something like that.
Oh God.
My boss is like the world's sickest person, and he literally carries around a gallon-sized Ziploc bag filled, like crammed in with pill bottles every day. That's what he takes every single day.
Yeah, I'm not that sick yet, and hopefully I'm not going to be that sick, but, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm sorry that you're sick.
Yeah, I kind of hate it, too. I mean, I'm not... And the thing about it is, I'm not sick enough to, have to take a medical leave from work or anything.
Oh, that's some bullshit right there.
Yes, and I'm not sick enough that I feel bad. Obviously, I still feel good. I still went and worked out with my trainer yesterday, and I still, am, up and around, and, I don't sound sick, and I don't look sick, and that's what I don't understand. They think that it may be some sort of, autoimmune disease that I didn't know that I had. Because those are either asymptomatic or the symptoms are so subtle you just don't notice it. You just think something's off in your body chemistry.
Right.
So
I think that there's something off with my body chemistry.
I just, like I said, they're having to test all these different things, but in the meantime, like I said, until we figure out what's wrong, he's got me on 6 different medicines. So
are they saying that things like diet and exercise and stuff like that might help it, all the way up to you might need a transplant, or what's the over-under here?
That's exactly it. I mean, they're saying, it could, he's put me on a low sodium, and apparently if you have too much protein, that strains your kidneys. So I'm on a low sodium, low protein diet. So I essentially, until we know what's going on, have to be almost a vegetarian, because the protein I do take in, he doesn't want me to have any kind of animal-based proteins. That means, wait.
Hold on. Did you say anal-based proteins?
No, animal.
Oh, okay. Because I heard anal-based proteins. I'm like, is she shoving steak up her ass?
Anal beads?
Anal steak?
I knew that was coming.
I didn't hear that, by the way. I think you got something going on with your mind there.
Of course I do.
Because I didn't hear that.
It can't be no eggs, no meat.
Oh my God.
That's what I mean. I've got to pretty much be a vegetarian. I mean, it's not that I can't have them. He would just like the majority of my protein to come from, plant-based sources, because they're easier to digest and to be absorbed by the body.
So a lot of beans, a lot of...
Yeah, beans, edamame, nuts, stuff like that.
No, you got to be careful with edamame, because that's also very high in estrogen.
Well, apparently that's not a problem for her.
No.
I guess. Or is that another one that just completely fucks up your chemistry if you don't balance it right?
That I don't know. He hasn't we haven't gotten that far yet.
Lord.
So, but no, he's just, he wants me to get his... I can only have a certain amount of protein I can have in a day, which basically is a little more than a serving, a USDA serving size of meat. And maybe a half. Because, I'm only allowed 55 grams of protein a day.
Oh my God. I eat that in a meal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably normal people are supposed to eat that in a meal.
I'm pretty sure that I would die.
Of...
you'd
rather die?
I would be so hungry.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. I feel like I'm starving all the time.
Right, because you probably ate a lot of protein.
Yeah, I'm used to having... that sounds really dirty, but I'm used to having meat.
She's used to having a lot of meat.
Exactly.
As long as you don't make slurping sounds while you eat it like Aiko. God.
No.
That's the worst. Just when she starts talking about meat and salivating on the mic. That's bad enough, but then when she's actually eating it...
So, who's the star that you're going to miss the most that died this year?
Patrice O'Neal.
I don't know who's died.
Who is Patrice O'Neal?
The comedian.
A comedian that died.
Okay. And Kelly, what'd you say?
She doesn't.
I don't know.
Give her a
I
list.
can't remember who all died this year.
Well, we've lost 2 members of the Grease cast this year.
Who?
Oh, that's not going to affect me.
One was Annette Charles. She played Cha-Cha. And Jeff Conway.
You forget that I don't like Grease.
No, I don't forget. I just don't care.
That's not part of what she recognizes in her repertoire. Isn't Jeff Conway the guy that I say lives 2 doors down?
I don't know. James Arness of the Gunsmoke fame.
Shit, Jeff Conway did die this year.
Told you.
That sucks dick.
Where the fuck have you been? Bubba Smith.
Oh, Jeff Conway. No, it's a different guy. Never mind. Oh, yeah, Bubba Smith. Yeah.
My Chrome is broken.
I'm thinking...
You were a minute ago.
Oh, I can't find the right guy. All right, so sorry.
Mikey Welsh.
Read the list real quick, and I'll stop
I don't have
interrupting.
the full list.
Oh. Isn't there a wiki page for that?
I'm sure.
Celebrities who died in 2011 wiki.
Is the search still broken?
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix it.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Oh, I did forget he died.
Jeff Conaway. John Travolta's son.
Wow, that was this year? I thought that was like another year.
Mike Starr.
Who?
The Alice in Chains bassist.
Oh. Alice in Chains didn't exist once Lane Staley died anyway. Jesus Christ, this wiki article has it broken down by, like, day.
Betty Ford. Betty Ford died of the Betty Ford Clinic.
The Betty Ford Clinic. Alright.
Heavy D.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Nate
about Heavy
Dogg.
D.
Yeah, Nate Dogg, too.
Sherwin Schwartz. What?
Sherwin Schwartz.
Janie
died,
Lane.
You know.
Not me. I will miss...
Is that a porn star?
Andy
No.
Rooney.
No.
Who will you miss?
I will miss Charles Balagu.
Who?
It's this Togolese footballer in a bus crash.
Steve
Alright.
Jobs.
Yeah.
Ryan.
I don't...
Yeah.
Elizabeth Taylor. Russell Armstrong. I don't even know who the fuck that is. And my favorite, the one who I will miss the most, because...
And this is your answer?
This is my answer, because let me tell you, she was great fodder for the gossip websites.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the people who died.
All the people who died.
Her official cause of death is death by misadventure. That's how I want to go. Holy shit. That is how I want to go.
Because they didn't find any drugs in her system, right?
She was drunk.
Like alcohol poisoning drunk, or can they not tell?
They don't think she had alcohol poisoning. They think she may have hit her head. Or hold on.
Yeah, read that.
I guess
don't recall that.
I guess she had stopped drinking.
Right.
And someone who's a heavy alcoholic, when they stop drinking...
See, and that was her mistake. She should have just kept drinking.
Well, yeah, when someone who had her drinking problem, when they just stop drinking, their organs can shut down. So...
You think if she at least, like, kind of weaned herself off...
Yeah, and that's what generally they have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, since Patrice, there's nobody who's died who I'm familiar with. Jay Blackfoot.
Who is Jay Blackfoot?
An American soul singer. Who did you say? Arthur Beetson? Australian Rugby League footballer?
No, it was somebody else. Tongolese.
He's the first person who's died in December. Is Arthur Beetson. Since it's already tomorrow in Australia.
So, have you seen the new Twilight movie, Kelly?
I have.
And?
I saw it the day it came out. Actually, I saw it the day before.
Wow.
It was, yeah. Well, when you're, it was a Stubbs thing. They had Stubbs members that are on the, like in the AMC Stubbs thing. They could see it at 8 the night before.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
So we saw it at 8.
So what is your,
I liked it. I liked the book a whole lot better. But the second part of the movie was my favorite part of the book, so.
Yeah, that really was the better part.
Yeah.
Alright. I think I'm going to wait. Is it something that, oh my god, I need to go out and see it, or can I really wait till it comes out on, like, on demand?
You could, if you've read the book, you could probably wait for on demand. I mean, it was good, because, you know, when you've read the book, it's always good to see the movie, just to kind of, you know, get your own feel for it.
Right. And unfortunately,
But-
I've seen the other movies.
Numerous times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, but I mean, it wasn't like when I saw Eclipse and I was like, oh, that was so good. Because Eclipse is really my favorite.
I've seen.
Oh, Ryan Dunn died this year too.
I said that.
Yeah,
Did you?
I did.
My problem is that as soon as like the next person dies, I forget who the last person was who died.
Yeah, I forget too until I go through a list and I'm like, oh yeah, they did die, didn't they? And Columbo died.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When do they get their big montage? Is that at the Oscars or?
Yeah, usually. Well, if it's a movie star, yeah.
Oh.
But like Macho Man Randy Savage, he's not going to be at the Oscars.
Well, I know he's not going to be at the Oscars because he's dead.
If he is, we're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, and the Teach Me How to Dougie guy. He died.
My God, everybody's dying around us.
What are we going to
But
do?
no, it was okay. I wasn't super impressed, but I liked it.
However, the Muppets.
The Muppets I loved. And I actually won passes on that one too. So I got to see it on the 16th, a week before everyone else.
Jesus Christ.
Kelly's
the one with the hookups.
Movie? You forget how much I love movies. But, yeah, I saw it on the 16th, and I, like, when I said I cried through it, like, there were parts where, like, I was like...
Wait, during the Muppet movie?
Yes! Because I grew up with it, and I love the Muppets, and...
We were with our one friend's, how old is the
5.
kid? 5-year-old, and he had some sobby moments as well.
Why does he want to take their electricity?
Yeah, my brother and I are very much huge Muppet fans, and just, I mean, it was like, it wasn't so much the story itself, it was more, I'm so glad my childhood favorite is back on the movie, you know,
So
back in a movie again.
Do you feel like they did it well, and they did not shit on your childhood?
As I so eloquently put it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a good job with updating it and without making it... It was a little hokey to me, but, I mean, if you watch the Muppet movies, they're hokey.
Yeah, there were some really hokey jokes in the original Muppet movie. Like,
see, I haven't watched the original in a while.
Yeah, I would say the hokey part. You know, there were definitely a few things where, like, you know, the that the mean pig, he's like, "You get the heck back in here," and it's like, okay, that's not really mean at all. But also, Jason Segel just had this retarded gay look on his face the entire time. Like, I'm so happy to be in this movie.
Yes, that was part of my issue because, Jason Segel is really funny.
Yeah.
And, I watched an interview he did on Nightline, and he was talking about how, he's the same age as us, Squidge, so,
Yeah.
He grew up with him too, and he was just like, he was really sad that there hadn't been anything done with the Muppets in a really long time. Even though Disney bought them, it was like 2003 or something like that. And, so he actually, I think he's, and I could be wrong because I've slept several times since I saw it, but he's the one that actually approached them and said, "Hey, let's do a new Muppet movie."
Yeah, he wrote it.
Yeah, I knew he wrote it because he was saying in the interview, he's like, "I'm the world's biggest Muppets fan," and he said, "It's a good thing I made the movie because otherwise," he was like, "I'm just a really creepy single guy with a lot of Muppets memorabilia." Because he said even before he made the movie, like, he had actual Muppets from, like, the movies and stuff that he'd bought and, like,
wow,
movie posters and, like, stuff like, stuff from the sets and stuff like that he'd bought, like, off eBay or off PropMasters or whatever. And he was like, "It's a good thing I made this movie because otherwise I'm just a creepy 33-year-old guy with a lot of Muppet stuff."
Yeah, I saw those interviews too. And now he has a reason because he was in the Muppet movie.
Yes.
It was souvenirs. He actually came up with the concept too of them saying, "Hey, nobody remembers the Muppets. They haven't been around for so long," and Disney was really, really not into that at all. Like, they really wanted it to come out as, "Oh, Muppets are great, everybody loves them," when the fact of the matter is there are a lot of teenagers right now that didn't even know who the hell they were until this movie came out, and then just like when like a new group covers an old song, they're like, "Oh, these new puppet things are awesome." It's like, no,
right.
no.
And see, like, my coworker is 21, almost 22, and she was like, "Have you ever watched the Muppets?" And I'm like, "Yes." Hello.
Where?
And
what are they?
Yeah, she's like, "What is it?" And I was like, "They're this really funny show." Because she said that she was in Walmart and she saw these socks with Kermit on them. And she's like, "Why would anyone want Kermit socks?" I was like, "They had Kermit socks at Walmart?" And I was all excited. She was like, "You want some Kermit socks?" And I was like, "Yes." So she just didn't get it. And I was like, "No, I think the Muppets were a big thing in the 80s and they have a new movie coming out." And she was like, "Oh, okay."
But
and then she went and bought them because there was a movie about them.
Right.
Did she really?
No, well, she didn't, but then she understood, and she was like, "Oh, okay." And it was kind of the same things when the Smurfs came out over the summer. Like, I was all excited because I loved the Smurfs when I was a kid. And they were like, and she was like, "The Smurfs? Really, Kelly? Aren't you a little bit old?" And I was like, "No, you don't understand." I was like, "I had a Smurfs birthday party for my 5th birthday." I was like, "We had the Smurf table and the Smurf plates and the Smurf cupcakes and then I took the cupcakes to daycare, and then on my birthday party we had a Smurf cake and I got Smurf presents, and it was just very Smurfy." And she just didn't understand.
We can just hope one day that there's an Alf movie, and then I can have an Alf party like the one time when we had an Alf cake, an Alf ice cream cake.
Nice.
Did you really?
Yes. It might have been for my brother's birthday, actually, but there's a picture on my cousin, who I'm not talking to's Facebook, of that particular party.
Does Kelly know why we're not speaking to her?
Definitely not.
Oh.
That's all you, though.
So you know how so many people in life don't speak to Squig because of me?
Yeah. Is this another one?
Family is no boundaries to that.
Did you offend someone?
She's gearing up.
Squig had defriended her on Facebook.
My cousin.
Yeah, the cousin, because it's all like, all of her posts were like, "Hey, couponing moms, Walmart's got Pampers on sale. And that was pretty much the extent of her posts that weren't, look at the new pictures of my kids doing these wonderful things. They look really a lot like the pictures I took last week of them doing the same wonderful things. But they're new pictures, so you should look at them.
And the joke that she made earlier about a pregnancy test picture, that my cousin did that.
and mailed it out to everybody. Like, that is how she announced that she was pregnant.
That's why she didn't even post it like public on Facebook.
No,
she sent it to our email addresses.
Yes.
Look what I'm greeted with my new messages sitting in my inbox. Oh, joyous day. So,
like,
what happened was...
So there's this back and forth between the two of them, and then she goes and posts on her grandmother's website, on her grandmother's Facebook, Grandma, Squiggy's being so mean to me, make him be nice to me.
What? Aren't you grown adults?
And she's more, she's older than me.
By like 10 years, right?
Yeah, pretty close.
So, at that point, I kind of lose my shit a little bit, as I so often do. And I'm like, look, there was no need to bring this into a public setting. You know, I'm sorry that you're offended, but you don't need to involve the rest of the family. You know, just because someone doesn't have you friends on Facebook, it's Facebook.
Yeah, I'm not cutting you out of my life. It's just Facebook.
So
that, not for her. That is her life. That is her kind of connection to the outside world, because she's busy being mom the rest of the time and can't really go out and socialize and see what's going on in the world.
Right.
So apparently, when somebody defriends her on Facebook, then they're
being mean.
Yeah.
That's when you tell somebody that they need to spend I think it's $40 a week, put your kids in a Mother's Day out for 2 days a week for like 4 hours at a time, and go have lunch with your friends.
But that's the thing is, all of her friends are baby makers.
Yeah, she doesn't. She doesn't have any friends that aren't baby people, that aren't popping them out.
That she doesn't have normal friends like you and I do. I mean, not that we're normal, but
She does not have friends that do not involve the kids. Yeah. She's a member of this group called Moms. Mm-hmm. Moms offering mom support.
Gotta love when an acronym has the word from the acronym twice.
Yeah.
Moms.
When
Hold on, let us sit a little longer.
Hold on, I gotta quit laughing.
I believe Kelly's enjoying that.
It just is hilarious. Moms offering mom support, yeah. Okay, anyway, moving on.
When their last child was born, one of the women in the moms group got on Facebook and was like, "Okay, everybody, let's put together a meal plan for the family because they're going to be so busy going back and forth and we need to feed them." I'm like, can't... we need to make sure that one of us is over there at all times. So because husband can't take care of the kids by himself. Why can't he take care of his kids? Why is he not capable of taking care of his children? Why? So, yeah, that's the type of people these people are. But they're also Squig's cousins. And I made all these hasty comments in a fit of rage, and I deleted them right away. And apparently they got emailed to Grandma. So there's
somebody knows how to do a screenshot.
Well, no, it was her wall was set to email her if anybody posted something on it. So the whole fight, because what actually happened was after Twitch posted that and then deleted her comment, my cousin commented to her and said some more nasty stuff.
And she just looked like she was fighting by herself.
So rather than there being a problem, I called my mom, who I knew had my grandmother's Facebook password. My grandmother was in the hospital at the time, by the way. Did we mention that
We
part?
did not.
Yeah, my grandmother...
Oh, that's classy.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want my grandmother to come out of the hospital and see this going on her Facebook and, like, die on the spot. Mom, can you, April's done posting about this. Can you please remove this whole conversation from my grandmother's Facebook? So she did, except she got it all emailed to her, so when she got back, she saw it anyway.
Fail.
Yeah. Yeah. So...
I can't believe your cousin went to your grandmother.
Yeah.
Well, here's the best part is that then when I confronted her about it, she's like, "Oh, I was just joking. I was just kidding. That was funny." I'm thinking, no, it wasn't funny.
It really
at all.
wasn't funny.
Not at all. So her and I continued our fight. I'm kind of like, look, here's why April said this. Here's what I'm thinking, and she wasn't. She felt very attacked. Basically, because at some point I said, look, here's the bottom line. I removed you from my Facebook friends because I don't really want to read about your kids. I don't want to really learn about diaper deals. And one of her other big things that she did was her ex-husband, anytime something bad happened with the daughter that the two of them had together, he was always, her father needs to do this, and her father... caused this, and her father, like, he's her father when bad things happen, but as soon as good things happen, she's her daughter. And, I was tired of reading that kind of stuff. So I explained that all to her, and she just took it very personally. And
she does feel like her children do beautiful and wonderful things every day.
Yeah, every day.
Every day.
See, I realized, and that's why I said something the other day, because I haven't mentioned a whole lot about my health problems to people on Facebook, because one, I have friends who are just going to gush over it. And I'm like, I really don't want all that attention, which is part of the reason I haven't said a whole lot about it. But at the same time, like, I don't want everyone saying that about me. I post a lot of random things that I think are funny, but, I don't try to bombard people with things either.
So you don't want them to be like, there's sick girl posting again about how she's sick.
Yeah,
her liver's about to fall out.
There's Kelly asking for more attention. So,
who did we used to make fun of about their something falling out of their asshole? I can't remember now. Wait a minute, let me think. Who was always sick? Who was it? Does this sound familiar to you at all? Okay.
Yes.
You need me to shut up so you can think?
Oh, God, it's right there.
I'm going to guess Kelly doesn't know.
I don't.
Was this something just between me and you, or did we do this on the air?
I don't remember. I remember.
Oh, it's Backseat's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend.
Oh, yes.
That guy.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I don't remember that.
I believe that was just between us, now that I think about it. Do you know the whole story with that?
I vaguely know he was going to DJ and she was going to help him or something, and then he just kind of disappeared, and then she resigned like a week later.
You tell this one.
So, this guy, British guy, in London, or somewhere in England, basically, and the two of them were actually dating over Xbox.
Oh.
So and their Xbox relationship was all day and all night they'd be on Xbox together, and she couldn't do anything else. Like, she had to be there all day.
When he woke up,
when she went to sleep, she needed to have the Xbox headset on so that she would be available to communicate with him or whatever when he woke up. You're right. Which sometimes a lot of times he woke up during the night, and the reason why is because at some points in his teenage years, somebody had allegedly spiked
his drink
with speed,
Or heroin.
Or heroin.
Depending on which time he told the story.
Right, the story changed. And so he had some disease where his pancreas
was destroyed.
And he was waiting for an operation to have his pancreas removed.
Right.
So while he's waiting for this operation to get his pancreas removed, which he had to be approved for or something, every day was spent with they're playing games, he's having a good time, and then he's yelling at somebody because somebody on his team killed somebody that he wanted to kill in the game, and he's calling him an asshole and different names, and then it's like, oh baby, my pancreas hurts so much.
Oh, it's falling out of my asshole.
Right. Well, that was our version of it. When we're
oh, the only thing that keeps the pain away is mixing my narcotics with alcohol.
Harry Potter. So, basically, he would act like this when anybody was on listening, and unfortunately, as we all know, Twitch is not it does not enjoy bullshit. Well, being thrown her way as fact.
What bothers me is when you contradict yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what bothers me, and I have this knack for picking up details, and I hold on to them, and I put them.
Can you see my screen, by the way?
Yes.
Is that not true?
It's
absolutely true, and that's who I thought we were talking about until he said
it. You didn't want to say it, did you?
I did not.
Okay.
But anyway,
because I think he's died about 4 or 5 times now.
Right. So I would grab onto these little factoids, and I would hang on to them, and I would love them, and
wait for that moment.
See, that's why I always watch what I say around you. Because I just know somehow you're going to remember, and it's going to come back to bite me in the ass.
Well, but here's the thing. I didn't say anything at first, publicly. Mm-hmm. I pointed it out to Squig. I'm like, hey, didn't he say it was heroin? And he's like, yeah, I think so. So we started paying attention. Like, we actually started looking for the lies. And that's when it all went downhill. And I had a conversation with Backseat, and I was like, look.
Did you have a conversation with her?
I did. I think we both did.
Well, I was the one that really blew it up. I mean, you kind of blew it up, but then I really blew it up.
I talked to her on the phone, and then you sent her an email.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Okay.
I talked to her on the phone. I'm like, look, we're not telling you that we don't want
see if I still have that email.
You to be with this person, but we're concerned. We are seeing where he's lying, and this is where he's contradicted himself. And she wasn't having any of that. Like, we were just, she was cutting us off. We didn't want her to be happy. And, that's where that went. And then fast forward, about 6 months, I send her a message because, she was a good friend. I still care about her. We had a falling out, but, it was more her not wanting to talk to me.
Oh, yeah, I've got it. I've got that email I typed.
Send it to my Gmail address.
Why don't you read it on air in a minute? So it turns out that he broke up with her because the entire time he was, cheating on her. He had some piece on the side.
In England.
In England.
After he told her that she was the one for him and he'd wait forever.
And then he sent her a credit card.
Yeah, this is all in here.
Okay.
This is all in here.
Squig's going to break it down much better than I just did.
Break it down. Feel free to interrupt me if you have any questions. Okay, now, and this, by the way, is dated January 29th, 2001 at 1:19 a.m., which is a great time to be thinking and typing a long email. Okay, now I've got to type this and get this off my chest before I'll be able to go to sleep. Tonight is just the head of what's been on my mind for a while. even before his nasty remarks about April a couple weeks ago.
Do you remember what those nasty remarks were?
Well, basically what it was is you and him had gotten into a fight, and you rage quit out. And then he kind of, he got in his weird, my pancreas and whatever. And he took it opportunely a couple weeks after to start trashing you. You're fucking cunt of a girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. Like, out of the blue for no reason.
Okay.
And so I actually got to the point, you've seen this before. When people say nasty stuff about you, I'll tend to not really say anything back because, you know what, you can defend yourself, you can speak for yourself. I don't feel I need to protect you.
Right.
But it was out of the blue, it was for no reason. You weren't there to defend yourself because he wouldn't let you into his Xbox party. He preferred to talk shit about you and not give you any recourse to go back. As a matter of fact, I think you might have come into the party and he attacked you and then booted you from the party.
Yeah, that's what he liked to do.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So, continuing. Admittedly coming to the head because of him... I have to say it right here. Why have you been asking? Coming to the head because of him booting her out of the party and doing the exact same thing tonight. I did not bring this to you earlier because it is your business who you date/marry, and you're likely to handle it just about as well as when people tell me April isn't the one I should be dating. But I have to say, Paul is way off base. That was his name, Paul, obviously.
And that's right, they were getting married, weren't they?
Well, yeah, that was the whole thing. It was like he was telling her how she needed to move to England or something, and because he couldn't leave England because he had to wait for his pancreas operation.
Right.
So he couldn't fly for like 2 years or something. He's constantly in need of control, constantly in need of attention. I don't believe his whole medical condition happened, and if it did, it's way milder than he makes it out to be, because he gets to constantly use it to bring attention back around to him. Yet strangely, as hurting and dying as he is, he's always suddenly well enough to tell somebody off with the vigor and stamina of a guy that wakes up every morning and runs 10 miles. Or breaks out that wit of his, I noticed a little bit of sarcasm, to thinly veil him telling somebody they're not allowed to do something because only he's allowed, or telling somebody to shut up. Just kidding. No, really, shut up. Because he would do that all the time, too. And he would do that to her.
Yes.
That was a really fucked up thing.
That would really get on my nerves. Not... Because, she and I aren't really good friends. But we were friendly. But, that would get on my nerves. And I'd want to say something to her about that.
Yeah, and once again, it was a situation where... I didn't want to say anything because I knew it was a situation where I'm basically keeping her from her happiness in her mind because she was, for some reason, happy with this guy and the way he treated her. And I would just come out being the asshole, and she would stop being my friend. And sure as shit, that's what happened. As soon as I sent this email, I was the biggest asshole in the world. So let's see, my next paragraph here. And now I'm really concerned at this point. Did you really... Yeah, and this is the thing. Did you really allow him to set up a credit card in the UK with both of your names on it? Because, breaking away from this, it was, It was like he was showing her that he trusted her by...
Right.
But it wasn't something supposedly that was going to ruin her credit if he didn't pay it off.
Right, and
she just was an access person.
It absolutely was later used as a weapon, by the way.
By her, right?
Paul.
How so?
He told her to pay one of her bills with it.
Okay.
And then it was her rent. He told her to pay her rent with it, and she did. And that's how she ended up getting kicked out of the other apartment. Because he was like, I didn't tell you could do that, blah, blah, blah. And he canceled the payment for her rent.
See, now, she didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
What she told me was, I used his credit card. Like, I thought that she used it, without his permission. So he acted like, wow.
From what I understood, I guess he said that she could use it for whatever, and then when she did, he flipped his shit.
And then went, oh, by the way, I've got this bird I've been banging.
Right.
What a fucking asshole.
I hope he's dead.
His pancreas falling out of his arsehole.
Right.
Yeah, did you really allow him to set up a credit card in the UK with both of your names on it? you're going to put that much faith in somebody that you've never met, and frankly, I don't think you're ever going to meet, because these obstacles will always be there. He can't fly till his operation, he doesn't have money for this, he doesn't have time for that, and isn't even able to hide that he's not trustworthy through something as one-dimensional as Xbox. What's to stop him from charging a bunch of shit to that card, not paying back, then ruining your credit and making you responsible for it all? And then, when you confront him about it, he apologizes that he was on drugs and was drinking and didn't know what he was doing. But he'll get the money to you as soon as he has it, which he never does. Which that was another thing with him. One of the shut-ups and the, ranting. And I think one time he was like flirting with this other girl on Xbox. But then afterwards, it's, oh no, I was drunk, I was on drugs, I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm almost done. So I said, and really, I was an alcoholic 8.5 years ago, and now I am again now. I need to stop. He doesn't want to stop. It's just another attention thing, like this 10-year-old daughter that was taken away from him when she was 3.5 months, and he's not allowed to see her. He talked about that all the time. I don't understand. See, he doesn't think I was listening while he was spinning his sad tale. That's where it was, where he was talking to that girl. To Shorty after you left, while playing slow R&B music in the background. He totally was doing that. He's putting like sad, slow R&B music, and he's like, yeah, my daughter was taken away from me. I never see her. So then which is when he told her, not even Renee knows about some of this stuff. Why would he not tell his own girlfriend, who he supposedly loves and trusts and respects and wants to marry? Answer: he doesn't trust or respect you, doesn't know what love is, and is not planning on meeting you, so he won't marry you. Watch the signs. You're smart. Hugs.
Oh, Squidge, I can always count on you to tell the truth.
The people don't want to hear it.
That's true. You tried to tell me the truth a couple of times. I didn't really want to hear it either.
What did we tell you? Was it useful advice at all?
It's probably related to the whole JT situation.
Oh, yeah.
With what's going on now, like with my health conditions and stuff, sometimes like I really wish we were still talking, because he was the one person who would always make me feel better. But at the same time, I'm like, but he was always hurting me somehow. So I'm kind of glad we're not talking, because I don't think I could deal with him hurting my feelings all the time on top of everything else.
Now, do
like,
you
not intentionally hurting my feelings, just knowing I have feelings for him, and yet he's willing to string me along, but not make that extra commitment.
I'm going to assume with him, it's the kind of the feeling of, hey, I've got this attention from this person, and I can kind of. It kind of is a positive to me. It's something that works for me, and I don't really apparently have to give back all that much. So, hey, I'm good with that.
Yes. She just calls me every couple of weeks and, whatever. So, yeah, kind of glad we're not talking.
Guys are assholes. I just want to put
You
that
really
out there.
are. I will give you that. You really are.
I think Twitch even thinks I do some asshole things now.
Yeah, like breathing.
That's good shit.
So, but yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I'd heard some, like, I think that was, I don't remember why I wasn't around a whole lot when that was going on, but, I'd heard some things, and then all of a sudden Backseat was just gone. And I was like, okay.
And Oblivion as a show of solitude.
Yeah.
So, I've talked to her like a couple random times, really briefly on Xbox, just via text. We haven't really gone into a party or anything. I'm not sure who she's hanging with these days. And I think Oblivion emailed me one time about something, and I responded back to him, or Facebook messaged me, and I responded back, and then never heard from him again. So I don't know where we are as far as our relationship, but that was a bad one.
Well, she still has you as a friend on Facebook.
Yeah, I think he does too, actually. So I think it all comes back around to you can have people as friends on Facebook, but not really be friends with them. Yeah,
I mean that's definitely true. Because I used to be a whole lot more selective in who I added on Facebook, and I'm still vaguely selective, but I don't add everyone. But I still really like my Google Plus better. But yeah, it just, I don't know. An asshole dance.
you put a asshole to asshole. You bend over and do crazy interpretive dance moves.
Have you seen what is that movie? Horrible Bosses.
No.
Oh, there's this scene at the end. You know, at the end they show the goof ups like in comedies and stuff. And in the end, in the credits, there's this one line Jason Sudeikis does, and he's like, "I'd like to have bent her over a barrel and show her the 50 states."
What does that mean?
Nothing.
It's dirty. That's what that means.
Yeah. He's just saying it. It's funny, but... And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Isn't that a line from a movie?" And he's like, and Jason Bateman's like, "No." And he looks like right in the camera, and he's like, "It is now."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love Jason Sudeikis, so. I've decided that Jason Sudeikis, Jason Bateman, and Ed Helms, and maybe Charlie Day. I don't know, and maybe Zach Galifianakis.
Oh yeah, Charlie Day. That guy's crazy.
Any of those, I would have any of their babies. Any of them.
I'm sending a YouTube video link to a few people here. Don't actually click on it yet, but it's going to be the last thing that we do when we wrap up the show tonight. Because it's
is it better than the cat who wore shoes?
I would say that's different category.
Okay, because your cat who wore shoes was still my favorite.
I like the computer who wore tennis shoes.
I haven't seen that one. I was talking about your book you made in like the 5th grade.
Oh, Smokey Learns How to Tie His Shoes.
Yes, that's
That's also available on YouTube at
and on Amazon.
No, it's not. That'd be awesome.
I can get it published for you.
No, that's quite okay. Quite okay.
We can make it a free book on Amazon.
What's a free book on YouTube? So just go to it there.
Well, no, we can get it. So
you have celebrity DJs reading it for you.
We can get it so it's available for the Nook and the Kindle.
No, just stop it.
You can make it an ebook so I can read it on my Google Books.
Google Books.
I can do that.
It's more like an S book for sucks.
A shit book.
Shit book.
But I was totally irritated at work one day, and I watched part of that, and I was like, I feel so much better.
So what is this exactly that we're going to be doing?
Did you learn how to tie your shoes from that?
I did not learn how to tie my shoes, but I had a really good laugh, and my coworkers looked at me like I was crazy. For sitting in my cube and laughing at what appeared to be nothing.
But it was something. We're gonna watch this horrible video that I guess is from Russia. It's you guys can go if we want. We can hit play on this now, and we'll continue to have running commentary while it's going.
I think we should just wrap this shit up, yo.
We'll comment on it here. So go ahead and hit start on that whenever you're ready, Kelly.
Okay.
And tell me when you've done that.
Oh, that's creepy.
Okay. We'll turn down the sound here a little bit. So I can even full screen it. Yeah.
Is he wearing thigh highs? And drinking blood? Actually looks like Kool-Aid.
What is this?
This is a phone sex commercial, isn't it?
I don't think so. I couldn't honestly tell people what to search for to find this video because it's not in English.
Wow, I just saw some gay man junk.
No, what do you mean? How do you think he's gay?
He looks like my friend Jacob.
He's got...
Is he gay?
Yes.
He has a French manicure.
Yeah,
Yes.
He just thinks...
His makeup better than mine did today.
What, he just enjoys having his nails clean and
he has tips on!
Right? What's that mean?
He has fake nails.
Well, I mean, maybe he's got some disease and his actual nails have fallen off or something.
He's wearing lip gloss. He has on more eye makeup than that guy from Lost.
I was just about to say, he has on a lot of eye makeup.
Now, Drac thinks he's like a transsexual.
And he hasn't gotten his tits in yet?
At which point I said, well, Japan Dude was right, because Japan Dude's always talking about Drac's tranny hose. It's just two gentlemen sharing fruit.
Why are they all wearing headsets?
Because it's a phone sex commercial. Oh, what's he doing? He put the strawberry in his mouth. He took it out of his mouth. He put it in his mouth.
I think he's simulating oral sex with a strawberry.
Look at those nipples.
I don't like the way he's sensually touching himself.
Ew. Wow.
Apparently this guy's really big in Russia. I don't know what that means. By big, if we're talking about assets or...
It's the apple from the Twilight book cover.
That's horrible. You're soiling a...
What is he do? Ice cream now? Wow, these people really like their food, don't they?
They're really enjoying their fruit.
And their chocolate popsicles.
Yes.
Yum, yum, yum.
That kind of makes me hungry. Is that gay?
I think you need another testosterone shot.
I do, actually.
I will be doing that at the end of the show.
Live on air. Just kidding.
They really look like they're drinking Kool-Aid out of wine glasses. I should get nipples on my... Or nipples... tattoos on my nipples like that guy.
Let me find a picture of Jacob to show you him, just to compare.
Apparently there's a video of him in a barrel somewhere here.
Wait, are
too.
those women in a video with him?
Where? No, it couldn't be. Is that the same guy and he's fat? Oh, does he mean that one?
Over one. No, over, not there.
No, I don't think so. I'll click it real quick.
Let's see if that's the same guy. Because for those of you not watching along at home, that was definitely a guy in bed with a bunch of other guys, and they were touching themselves.
Okay, that's definitely a man. Coming in his cowboy boots or whatever.
In his dirty-ass apartment in Russia. And yes, that is him looking a little chunky.
Wow.
Looking like the abused wife.
2 dni не съм ял нищо.
Huh?
Не си умрял.
So it is. Don't drink another beer. I want you to love me.
It's Jaeger.
Oh, is it?
I believe it is Jaeger.
Аз какво направя?
Okay, this is my friend Jacob that reminds me of that guy.
Yes.
Hang on, we'll look in just a second here.
I posted it in the room too. So
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because, look, oh what? Wow, there is a girl. Oh my goodness.
With his boyfriend.
Oh, that bastard cheating on him with a girl.
Oh, and that was him, wasn't it?
Maybe he swings both ways. That's much better than the other video. I'm okay with this one.
Well, he's wearing less eye makeup and there's titties.
Damn. All right. Awesome. All right, let's go look at... Let's close that. And let's look at Kelly's picture. And we're looking to see if he looks like the guy from the...
Kinda.
if he had, like, the white hair thing going.
If we bleached his hair.
Well, he did have bleached blonde hair. Let me see if I can find a picture of him with his blonde hair.
Make sure to send him a link to that video. Is this you?
Were you in Russia?
Making sex videos? What?
Is that where you were? Is that how you make your money? Because he doesn't have a job. I don't know what he does.
Yeah, like I said, that guy's popular, so, that would probably be a legitimate way to earn some money.
Let me find. Jacob, where are you in your blonde hair?
Oh, it's Asian bingo time.
Kelly, can you hear that?
No.
I play bingo on Facebook, and it is the most racially offensive thing ever. Because you'll go to Tokyo and it'll be like, oh, 73! B25!
Okay, there's a better picture of his face. I'm still looking for one with his blonde hair, though.
It's looking kind of thuggish. It's a thuggish, rugged
Yeah,
bone.
he goes back and forth between drag queen and thug.
Nice.
Like, he's the one who introduced me to Krayshawn.
Krayshawn.
I don't even know what Krayshawn is.
She has the song Gucci Gucci.
That explains it.
How do you spell Krayshawn?
Jacob told me about her.
I actually just heard of her because one of the radio shows I listen to does a new music segment every Tuesday, and they were playing some stuff from an album where she was doing some vocals on it. But I don't know how to spell Krayshawn.
Google it.
Google it.
Come on, Jacob. Why can't you tag yourself in any pictures instead of making me scroll through 50,000 mobile uploads of yours?
Krayshawn. Creation. With a K. Alright, let's see what we can find here.
I like how when I pull up Jacob's pictures on this side, it says, you know how it'll give you recommended pages or whatever? For whatever reason, it keeps bringing up Bible links from my friends.
That means they're dirty. So far, that Gucci Gucci is the only one that's coming up. So we're going to grab that one. Hopefully it's not the clean version, but I can't promise anything.
Gucci Gucci and my hoochie?
You're a hoochie? Is that what you said?
Gucci Gucci, your mom's a snoogie? What?
Okay, here's
Snoogie.
a better picture of his blonde hair.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda. Close enough for government work.
Yeah, I think you better ask him. I think there's something he's not telling you.
Just ask him if he speaks Russian next time. That's all you gotta do.
We don't even know if he's really speaking Russian. When I first heard it, I thought he was Indian.
No, it was definitely Russian. You have to remember, I used to have a Russian employee, and he would speak Russian every once in a while.
Did he sing that song ever?
He did not. But they are definitely one of the, what was that third race, Kelly?
Mongols.
They
are definitely that. I'm not.
Of course not.
I'm Anglo-Saxon of descent and black.
Oh. Because you're
I totally
Sicilian.
see the black there.
I'm sorry?
So I could totally see the black there.
That's actually not a joke, Kelly. I am part black.
She's Sicilian.
All Sicilians are part black.
Because there's some kind of crazy...
Because of its proximity to Africa, there was a lot of mixing between the Mediterranean and the Northern Africans. So pretty much all Sicilians are part black.
What she's saying is they came over and there was a lot of fucking.
I mean,
I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying that it doesn't show.
Oh, well, yeah, because you're going back. Like, I wouldn't be able to apply for, like, minority status based on my race.
See, I keep saying that when I go back to school, I'm gonna go apply as a Hispanic student because I am like an 8th Chilean.
Jesus Christ!
Glad they came up with a term for that.
So I keep saying I'm going to go back to school as a Hispanic student so that I can get all those Hispanic scholarships.
Nice.
Because a lot of them are afraid to go to college because they're illegal. Or their family is.
So
well, unfortunately, the state of Maryland is trying to pass a law where it is legal for illegal Mexicans to go to college and get financial aid and all of that stuff.
Why?
Because we're in politically correct America.
Why are we rewarding people for being here illegally?
Right. Well, people.
You know, instead of letting them go to school and collect welfare, why don't we ship them back to where they came from?
Because we're the land of opportunity.
Whatever. You can get.
I don't care if you want to immigrate here, but do it the right way.
Exactly. Do it legally, and I'm all for it.
That's what I'm sure your ancestors did, and I'm sure my ancestors did. They had to go through that horrible process of waiting in a long line and getting processed, and
that was back when there was open immigration into the country, though.
Mm-hmm. But they still had to register.
But my great grandparents immigrated here.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't come through Ellis Island.
But they did it the proper way.
Yeah. They were actually Italians. Have you ever heard of the expression WAP?
Mm-hmm.
And it's derogatory towards Italians.
Mm-hmm.
It actually stands for without papers, because a lot of Italians during Franco's reign would sneak into the United States. So, when they arrived, they would, ask for political asylum, and they would get it, but they would have no paperwork to say who they were. So that's where the term WAP came from. It's just like the Italian or the Irish in the 1890s. They were the ones who were looked down upon, and then it became the Italians, and now it's the Mexicans.
SquigY0 radio show, we give you a history lesson.
But in the beginning, it was just white people in general.
Right. Yay, white people taking over a country.
White people, yay.
I just had to throw that out there. That's
well, it's history is written by the victor. So, if you were to ask Native Americans, they were being invaded. If you ask the Europeans, we were colonizing.
Mm-hmm.
It is all about point of view.
It is all point of view. It is absolutely all point of view.
Should we listen to some Creation and then
I want some pumpkin roll.
Stick a needle in my butt.
Yeah. And give you butt rubbins.
Yes. Oh my God, that's my favorite part, Kelly. After she gives me the injection in my butt, she has to massage the area for 30 seconds. Oh my God, it's like heaven. You should try it.
Okay. Do you realize how much love it takes to give somebody an injection in their ass? Do you understand the level of commitment that takes? I should be receiving gifts every other Wednesday. I should get it at the minimum, flowers.
Kisses? Oh.
Flowers.
Honey, well, I did hook him up with this website that gives him 20% off and no service fee.
What website?
Honestly, I'm happy with a $5.99 bouquet from Trader Joe's. I really am. If for once he went and bought me flowers that I didn't have to ask him to go buy, he could buy me just some, cheap carnations from the grocery store, and I'd probably be all like, "Oh, thanks, baby," because I didn't have to go buy them.
I have tried to help him in the past. And I believe I did fix something for you last Valentine's Day.
You did. It was much appreciated. I believe I thanked you. If not, thank you.
I think you did, because you didn't tell me exactly what happened, and I just was not satisfied with the solution you came up with, so I fixed it.
I'm pretty sure they just gave me an additional discount. Meanwhile, we went to Trader Joe's, bought a really cheap bouquet of flowers, and just mixed your flowers and their flowers together, and it was like awesome.
It was
Yeah.
a $5.99 bouquet.
There you go. That's why you mentioned that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't have Trader Joe's here.
I do.
The sucky thing is that Trader Joe's sells their own like brands of like beer and wine and stuff, but not here because our grocery stores in this county don't carry any sort of alcohol. So
Well, why don't we next time
partially Trader Joe's.
why don't we make a date with Ward and go to the Trader Joe's down in Fairfax?
her Harris Teeter.
Shut up!
No, last time we tried doing that with Ward, that didn't work out.
So Squig's taking me on a cruise for Valentine's Day.
Oh, really?
Yep. Surprise, honey.
Where are you going?
Yay! Yeah.
We don't really have anywhere specific we want to go. Just not Mexico is the big thing.
Alaska.
We want to go someplace warm. Jesus Christ, woman.
I think you and her should date, honestly. I mean, you know how long
I think that's why she and I didn't get along so much at first, just because we're so much alike.
like, she wants me to move to Alaska.
I was just saying Alaska. My dad went on a cruise to Alaska this summer and really liked it. But keep in mind, it was kind of cool there, even in June.
That was a time period when it was sunny outside the entire time.
Kelly, should I put up a Christmas tree?
If you feel the need, I don't. So there's no tree in my house.
She's got the need for tree.
Squiggy, should I put up a tree this year?
Yes. Any other silly questions?
Will you go buy me a
Then I was
tree?
going to tell you, and I can't remember.
Oh, this is awesome. Somebody posted this picture on YouTube. It's one of those light up reindeer things that you put in your front yard. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
They have strung it up from this structure and wrapped some red lights around its neck like it's bleeding out.
Wow.
I mean,
That's kind of...
I know you normally don't like me to show you pictures while we're doing a show, but for those of
That's
you
awesome.
For those of you who have my Facebook, I am currently going to share this because this might be a thing of beauty right here. Oh my god.
Now I'm going to have to look.
You are, because it's so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous.
Someone sent me a message while we were talking.
It wasn't me.
I heard you on the radio.
So, did you hear that that Mr. and Mrs. Toxie are officially Mr. and Mrs. Toxie there, Kelly?
I did. I'm friends with both Mr. and Mrs. Toxie.
Oh, good. We're friends with them, too.
I believe I also didn't say this on the air, but I want to make sure that I bring this up. At the wedding reception, their douchebag DJ.
Oh, God, this guy.
Started walking around with the microphone being like, does anybody have anything to say to the couple? Anything at all? And, like, they're, like, hovering over each table and,
Like,
you know.
almost forcing someone at each table to speak.
So, they get a few old people rambling about. They get a bunch of kids who are just like, have a good life.
Have a good wedding. Thank you. Good luck.
Life, marriage.
I don't really know why I'm here. My mommy made me come.
And,
Cake!
and Toxie goes, hey, you should go to, ask Jason, to say something.
I believe he referred to you as Squig, by the way.
Yeah. And the DJ's like, who's Squig? Who's Squig here? And I'm just like, I'm looking around.
The DJ's standing right
He's kind of looking at me, and I'm like, oh, they're over there. She walks over to the other table. There's Squig over here. And so finally the jig is up. Toxie rats me out. And so I totally just freeze. I don't know I'm supposed to talk. I don't have anything prepared. I don't know what to say. And so I'm just like,
ramble.
Congratulations, you guys. Have a good life. Clearly, I could have said better things, but he totally put me on the spot. That bastard. And so I completely choked, basically. But fun times. Fun times were had by all.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she actually added me a little while ago, a few months ago. Even though I've not really ever talked to her.
Well, she's nice. She'll talk to anybody.
Yeah, she seems really nice. Like, I've talked to her a few times here and there.
Except for that guy Paul. She probably wouldn't talk to him. Hey, my pancreas, shut up. Mrs. Toxie, that's rude.
I told her one day, I was like, God bless you, woman, for marrying that man.
Believe me, he's saying the same thing. He was waiting a long time for that wedding.
Why did they wait so long, by the way?
It was her.
Was it really?
Yeah. Did we ever figure out her reasoning? She just didn't feel she was ready? Or...
Yeah, she just wanted to wait.
Yeah. So was it almost...
Because, I think I've been coming in the channel for, 2 or 3 years now, and they've been engaged all this time.
They were always engaged.
They were engaged for, 7 years.
As long as I've known them, they were engaged. So, and I probably started talking to Toxie maybe sometime in 2005, and they were engaged then. So, yeah, it was almost 7 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said what? He said he'd wait another 7 years, but then he wouldn't wait. He
right.
wouldn't wait after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just insane. Although thinking about it now, having been engaged to the Canadian and then not marrying him, I'm kind of glad that we didn't get married. So, I'd rather have lived together in sin with him.
Oh.
Drac is thanking us for the show. I don't know what kind of show we were doing, but...
I don't know either. I was just calling to check in and say hello, and then it's turned into this.
It's catching up.
Yes.
It's catching up on all this time we haven't been talking.
Yes, so it's not that I have not thought about you, because I have. By the way, did you get the picture of the giant ass truck that lives across the street from me now?
Yes.
Yeah. That was epic.
Yeah, you can't, when he's parked in front of the porch, you can't see the porch light. And they have Oklahoma plates now, so.
Oh, but they did have Maryland plates.
They did have Maryland plates. I guess they're planning on staying now.
Too bad for you.
Oh, go ahead.
Too bad for you.
I know. Today when I went outside to go to work, he had backed the truck up and was parked in front of their house, and they were going to leave. Had, this loud, obnoxious country music, full blast. I'm like, really? Really? It's bad enough you park that huge-ass truck in front of your house. But he's added the cow balls that dangle on the back.
Nice.
Of course. Wow.
So, yeah, I'm like, thanks for classing up the neighborhood.
Oh, God. Yeah, we don't have a lot of people like that around here, just to point that out.
Well, thanks for sending them to Oklahoma. At least they fit in better here.
Or so they think.
Yeah. Well, between him and the drunk guy that lives in our neighborhood, I'm just kind of I'm kind of over my neighborhood. I liked it, but kind of ready to move. We have this drunk guy, and he's not that old. I bet he's 23 or 24. But he is the definition of an alcoholic.
You just can't...
he is a house account at the liquor store. And he goes in every day.
Put it on my tab.
Yeah, he's got a tab. He goes in every day, buys at least a fifth of vodka, and it's gone by the middle of the day.
It's my life juice.
Exactly. I kind of feel sorry for the guy. So I'm like, you're not even 25, and you're the town drunk. Because all the liquor stores know who he is.
Oh my God. It really is bad. When they have an account there for you, they know you when you walk in.
Yeah, and he knows that he can buy a bottle of vodka, a cheap bottle of vodka for I think it's $2 and something.
Ooh.
So.
Economical. Man, that's got to tear up your insides.
Yeah, and see, he was sent off to rehab for a while, and it really did him a lot of good, because he was back for 2 weeks and back to drinking again, and I was like, that's too bad.
So what you're saying is they tried to send him to rehab, and he said no, no, no.
Exactly. Like, you can be like Amy Winehouse. You're going to
That's
die
right.
of alcohol shock.
I've got a tribute song here to Amy Winehouse that we can play going out of the save.